You insist.
Whoa, that's harsh! You'll have to swing back around for it!
Predictable. Harry, he must really love those things!
We're hit! Whoa! What's that in the clouds?
That must be the Lost Hex! Cool!
Less looking, more landing!
Alright, I can land this, but it's gonna be bumpy.
Hey guys, Aaron Weber from Sega here. We've got a little treat for you all. We are taking a look at Zone 3 of Windy Hill in Sonic Lost World. This game is exclusive for the Nintendo Wii U and 3DS. Right here, we have the Wii U version of Windy Hill. We're taking a look at one of the first looks of this level that we've ever shown out. So, this level is a little bit different from the previous levels you've seen. This level, we're not only inside a sort of cave that we're navigating through, we're going to notice that the level design is very different from what we've shown so far. So, we're navigating throughout these little sort of semicircles, the half ramps, and we can go either down below or we can stay up top. My friend Sam, our producer, is playing right now and doing a great job kind of showing that off. You recognize those little bats there? I hope you do if you're a Sonic fan. One of many enemies that we've brought back that are sort of reimagined and brought back in a new way in this game. That is a color power-up from Sonic Colors right there, and by activating that on the gamepad, what we can do is then aim it. So you slide your finger across the gamepad, you want to aim at that prism, and then we flick our finger forward to do so, and by flicking forward, we fire off right in the prism, and that takes us to the next part of the level. There's a number of new color powers as well. We've seen some of them already. We have an asteroid, we have one called the Crimson Eagle, some really cool stuff out there, as well as some returning ones like the laser, which you just saw, and the drill. Here, not only do we have bats coming through, but we've also got these giant glass spheres that are kind of rolling around and they'll chase us down. So the cool thing about this level is you can run all the way around it in segments like that, and the goal is to kind of constantly keep moving and trying to get away from those orbs there. We have a lot of secrets in the game, one of which Sam has just shown off. So you can smash through the floor, and then we've got some little crystals here, and all the little crystals give us a ring, so you're rewarded for just running around and destroying all of these things. And right in there was a red star ring. There's 5 in every level. Collecting a number as you go through the game unlocks different things, and collecting them all gets you a very special secret. I'm not going to spoil that for you guys yet, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with what you see. Alright, so here we go. We got the color power-up again, the laser. Firing that forward, there we go, and that let us skip that entire section. There was a rotating spike section there that he had to kind of watch out for. Now, the green stuff we see here, yeah, that stuff right in front of him, we don't want to touch that. That slows Sonic down, just like that. So that makes us very vulnerable to those rolling orbs, and we don't want that to happen. Ooh, that was close, Sam. Alright, so what he's going to do now is try and get away from these guys and progress forward. So he has to run towards the orbs while at the same time trying not to get run over. So this part of the level is just a little bit more tricky than some of the stuff you've seen in the past. And of course, if you do get run over, you do lose some rings. So we smash through the floor again, get some extra stuff. You get rid of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If he can hit these in the proper order, then what happens is he gets an extra life. And you've seen them in some of the faster stages that we've shown off. But here they are again in a slightly different order like that. You notice the 1, yes, we tricked him. The 1 was out of order and was actually in front of the 2. So you guys have a little tip when you get to this level in the game. Be prepared for that 1 to be out of order on you. Here's some more of the bats. I really love the way that those guys look. Every enemy, as mentioned in the game, is from past Sonic games, so you're going to see stuff from Sonic 3, from Sonic 2. There's a lot of stuff from Sonic and Knuckles, which is a personal favorite. So right here, we got to wait, and now he's got to run. And will he slow down to go for the red star ring? He is. And now we got to run, dodge those spikes, and on to the next part of the level we go. Now, at this part, we have a few options. He can choose to wall run around the right side, or to go around the left side. The rings are kind of the hint that he can do that. So when you wall run, if you jump into a wall straight on, you can also jump to the right. And then, right there, we trigger a different part of the wall run. The parkour system is probably, in my opinion, one of the best new parts of the game. It completely changes how Sonic controls in 3D, and it makes things that were once an obstacle, like a wall or a tree, part of the playground now. So now, instead of having all these things in place that are problems for you, they can become part of the solution. You can rebound off them, you can jump from wall to wall, and in that case, you can run alongside the walls to find hidden platforms in the level. Oh, those are bad. Don't hit those. Don't hit those. The next part of the level as we go forward here is going to have some speed boosters, and as it's pushing us forward, the It's a matter still of continuing that constant dodge, and here of dodging also the green spots right there. And finally, as we come to the very end of the level right here, we find this little hidden chamber, and within it, the giant capsule of animals reminiscent of the old Genesis Sonic and all the stuff that goes along with that. And the animals you collect will actually add to a total that will unlock stuff as you go through the game. So there's a little sneak peek at Windy Hill Zone 3, one early peek of the many levels that we have hidden within the game that we hope you guys will enjoy. So Sonic Lost World comes out on Wii U and 3DS in the end of October, late October. So
中盤ちょっと前ぐらい
そう
なんですけども、
はい。
このチューブ状のステージで海って一体どうなんだろうと、
そうですよね。
普通の地平線のある地形じゃないので、
そうですね。
そういうちょっと変わった地形を
はい。
使いながら、説明したいと思います。
はい、わかりました。それではご覧いただきましょう。
トロピカルコーストですね。でまず先ほどお話ししました3段階のスピードがあるというところを、ちょっとご覧いただきたいと思うんですけども、
はい。
今走ってるこのスピードがデフォルトのスピードなんですよ。
ソニックが。
当然ソニックっぽくないスピードなんですけども、
はい。
狭い場所とか移動したり初心者の方には非常に扱いやすいスピード
なるほどなるほど。
でさらに、右のトリガーを押しながら進むと、
はい。
これはいつも通りのソニックの、
そうですね。
スピードになる、
はいはいはいはい。
でさらに、スピンダッシュを使うことによって今までの、ソニック以上の、スピードが出せる。
素晴らしいですね。
はい、
今登りました。
そうですね。これはパルクールアクションと言いまして、
はい。
スピードを出しながら壁にぶつかると立ち止まることなくそのまま登ってくれると。
おお、すごい。
はい。
壁も走ってました
この
ね。
パルクールアクションを使うことによって、壁を登ったり壁を走ったりいろんなルートを自分で発見することができる。
おお、すごいジャンプ。
でソニックらしいこういう
はい。
チューブ状の地形であってもこういうループがあったりとか、
はいはいはい。
非常にソニックらしいアクションに仕上がっていると思います。
本当ですね。すごいですね。まさに360度全面という感じがしますね。
まさにこれは360度のアクションですね。
はい。
あとちょっとホーミングアタックもちょっと、新しくなりまして、
これですか。
はい、
すごいすごい。
このように連続でホーミングをロックオンすることによってワンボタンで複数の敵を連続で倒すアクションがあります。あとそれとキックというアクションが増えまして、
はい。
ロックオンした時にキックをすることによって敵を弾き飛ばす
弾き飛ばす。
はい、
おお、面白いですね。
でこれ弾き飛ばした敵を使って、奥にいる敵を倒せると。
おお、今のですね。すごい。
まさに今のですね。
爽快ですね。
はい。このように単にクリアするだけではなくて自分なりの攻略法を見つけられるようになってます。
そうですよね。これ今食べられちゃいました。
これ食べられたんじゃなくてですね。
違うんですか。
はい、敵のロボットを利用してこういう転がりながら敵を潰してるっていう。
すごいです。敵のアイテムすら使ってしまえと。
こういう、地形にあるギミックとかも活用しながら。
はい、面白いですね。
今回ただ単に走るだけではなくてですね、
はい、
こういういろんな面白い、遊びをゲームの中に取り入れてますので、
はい、
一面一面変わった遊びが楽しめると思います。
はい、本当ですね。本当にジャンプっていうんですか、ポーンと飛んでった先の地形がまた全然違うものが用意されてるから。
なのでずーっと走っていくアクションではないっていうのが今回、大きな特徴ですね。
本当ですね。
あと今からご紹介するのが、ゲームパッドを使ったカラーパワーなんですけども、これはイエロードリルというカラーパワーで
イエロードリル、
地面を掘っていくやつなんですけども、こういう水中では奥に向かって、水中を進むことができる。でこれもですね、彼はタッチパネルを使って、行きたい方向をタッチパネルで指定して操作しています。
なるほど。そういえば先ほどカラーパワーは操作方法がいろいろ違うとおっしゃってましたよね。
このイエロードリルは、タッチパネルを使うカラーパワーになっています。
なるほど。いやー、すごいですね。はい、というわけで実機プレイを実際に皆様にご覧いただきました。
Sega. I'm gonna mess you up! I've been itching for a fight all day. You You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Let's put an end to this. I think I'll have you for dessert. You're barely a snack. Hey, let's put an end to this. Your time is almost over, Ash Hedgehog. I shall prepare for you a lesson in respect. A painful lesson. Your lesson begins now. Let's put an end to this.
You're gonna pay for that! I'm just getting ready. I'd say you got the right girl for the job. Oh. Now you wouldn't hurt a lady, would you?
Let's put an end to this.
Bad news is actually the one thing I enjoy. Another pointless conflict is about to begin. Sigh.
Let's put an end to this. Playtime is over, Hedgehog. Strike, brothers! Make the fools pay! I will show you my full strength. Let's put an end to this.
Hey, what's up everyone? Commander Manu 456 here today, giving you all another news update on Sonic Lost World for the Nintendo Wii U and 3DS. So it's been a while, but we got ourselves today an official opening cutscene of this game, and it is in English. We saw a few snippets of the opening cutscene from the TGS trailer a few days ago, but now we have the full thing in English, and basically was exactly what you know, I and many other people had predicted after seeing, you know, the previous trailer, to where Sonic, you know, is chasing after Eggman in the sky, and Eggman apparently is carrying a capsule full of animals like the ones from the original classic Sonic games, and he drops it from the sky. Sonic and Tails chase after it, Eggman shoots down their ship, and yeah, they basically crash land into the Lost Hex. So pretty interesting. I thought it was really cool to finally see it, and to finally see an opening CGI cutscene for this game, because Generations and Colors did not have opening cutscenes like that, so glad to see them back, because Sega really knows how to do great CGI with their Sonic games. It looks like Pixar animation, that's how beautiful it looks. So we got to see that. Then also we got to see Aaron Weber show off some new gameplay footage of Windy Hill Act 3, which is a stage we haven't seen. We've seen Windy Hill Act 1 and 2 and I believe 4, but never seen 3. And 3 is actually quite different, to where you're in a cave and it seems like, you know, there are like all kinds of like crystals and rocks all over the place. Actually looks really cool. In fact, there's one section in the footage to where it looks really fast paced, where Sonic's just going really fast with the spin dash. And this was one thing I actually did not know even after playing the demo, but apparently when you jump from a spin dash and then land back on the ground, you still continue that spin dash. So I thought that was actually really cool to see in the gameplay footage that was shown off in Windy Hill Act 3. So make sure to check it out. It was really fast paced and I thought it looked really good. Also, we got ourselves a brand new Deadly Six bosses trailer, but this time in English with some gameplay and you know, dialogue from the Deadly Six that we hadn't seen before in the Japanese trailer. And it was actually really cool to kind of see them, like, you know, get all up in Sonic's face, how they interacted with them, just kind of like taunting him. Oh, I thought it was really cool, actually. And from what we saw, it was basically, you know, the same phases we saw from, you know, the same boss fights that we saw before. But I don't know. Now that I watched this trailer, I'm somewhat feeling that you're actually going to have to face off against these bosses twice. Because, okay, if you look at Zomom's boss fight, you can see that, you know, the first time you fight him, apparently, he's in the sky on that cube to where, you know, after Desert Ruins Act 2 is complete, you land on that capsule there. Then afterwards, you see another part to where he's on the ground on the sand, and you can see that cube in the background in ruins. So I'm wondering if, you know, at one point in the middle of the stage or whatever, you fight him, and then afterwards you have to fight him again later on. Because it seems like you're going to encounter the Deadly Six multiple times in the game, as there are multiple cutscenes that show off, you know, like the Deadly Six and Eggman and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you all think. So we got to see that, and also we got to see, what is it? Zavok. That's who I want to talk about. We got to see his boss fight again. And apparently he is actually in the stage called Sky Road. It's a stage that we haven't seen just yet, but like I said in the previous news update, if you look at the background, it actually looks very, very similar to somewhat Sky Sanctuary when Sonic's running on that 2D, 2.5D section. So I'm hoping that, you know, this stage is actually inspired off that, and we'll have some really nice, beautiful environments. But yeah, so that was it for the Deadly Six Bosses trailer. And then a couple of days ago, we got to see some gameplay footage of the stage, Tropical Coast, the full entire stage. And I gotta say, the stage looks absolutely beautiful, and the gameplay here was actually really good, but quality isn't that amazing because this was from a Japanese live stream that happened a couple of days ago. So the quality isn't the best, but we got to see, you know, a pretty good look of what this stage is going to play like. And one thing I can say was that I was extremely disappointed. Extremely, you know, it was like I was watching and I was just like, come on, come on, come on, let's see it, let's see it, let's see it. Is it going to happen? Is it actually going to happen? Because we saw the Drill Wisp underwater in 3D going through the stage. I'm just thinking, okay, let's see what's gonna happen, what's gonna happen, what's gonna happen. What happens after he gets out of his Drill Wisp form? And you know, it's just counting down, and then next thing you know, it just goes off screen from like the water, and I'm just like, what the heck is going on here? And then he just comes out of the ground. I'm just like, wow. So I'm assuming that Sonic probably won't be able to swim underwater after seeing that footage, because apparently he just automatically comes from underneath the water section from the ground. So it kind of upset me because I really want to see, like, you know, Sonic Colors gameplay, you know, to where Sonic can be underwater but in 3D. But they did not show us that, so that was kind of a bummer. But, you know, got to see that gameplay footage. But, you know, that's about it for this news update. So if you all saw anything that I missed, let me know in the comments below. You know, it kind of seems like we're kind of coming to the end of all the stuff that we're going to find out now, because the release date's coming soon. Oh, by the way, speaking about the release date, turns out that the US version was actually delayed a week to October 29th. Not sure if the European one is getting delayed, as that one's coming out October 18th, but we will have to see. But yeah, so that's kind of a bummer. I do hate that, you know, it was delayed, but apparently there's a rumor going on that there may be some brand new DLC that's going to be announced soon, so who knows, maybe that's the reason why they delayed the game. Not sure, but you know. Anyway, as I said, if I didn't miss anything, let me know in the comments below. Would love to hear your thoughts and opinions about the gameplay footage that was shown off here. And yeah, thanks again for watching. See you all. Have a good day. Peace, Cobonier Mites.